Hi everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all staying safe and well, and welcome to my film and TV channel where I'll take a look at drama reviews, TV reviews, some information, vlogs on releases, etc. The odd quiz thrown in here and there. And so if you like this, please, you can push that subscribe button, because I'm going to do a film review today on a film called Shirley. Shirley. So if you like what you see, please push that subscribe button. That'd be great if you could give us your support. Push the notifications if you want information of when these things are coming out. To say there's always probably 6 or 7 videos come out every week, usually one a day, sometimes a couple in a day, depending on what's coming out, etc. So please, that'd be wonderful if you could do that for me. And if anyone you know might be interested as well, please point me in my direction. And if you do check the playlist, you will see some vlogs on my football team as well, Manchester City. I have a Citizen channel where I look at City history, City present, City quizzes. Yeah, the little quizzes. I like the odd. We all like the odd quiz, don't we? So yeah, if you know anyone who might be interested in that, or you're interested yourself, please please have a look. Please check that out. And if you enjoy, again, please, you or whoever you think might be interested, get them to push that old subscribe button. That'd be great, trying to build up the subscribers. It's shot through 500 just before Christmas, so hopefully we'll get some more. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think, and also you'll check on screen for some links as well. So if you're Facebook or Twitter, I do post stuff on football and movies and TV on there as well. And if you have to followers and friends, just let me know and I will reciprocate. I do check every couple of days and follow and friend everyone back who's followed and friended me on there. Anyway, right, let's have a look at this one. It's called Shirley. Yeah, biographical drama mystery. I'm not 100% sure about the mystery. There's a little bit of a mystery element to it, but not to the fore of the film, really. This is actually out to buy in the UK and online from January the 4th, 2021. Yes, we're into a new year as I'm recording this. We're just a couple of days away. All the scores today I'm going to tell you are as at the 30th of December 2020 in the morning, so AM. So any scores, obviously, depending when you're watching this, that's when these scores are all done, all these critics ratings and that sort of thing. 107 minutes. You can probably knock about 10 minutes off for the credits. And it's directed by Josephine Decker. So if you like her stuff, say she's not prolific, she's done quite a few things, she's doing more and more stuff. She's a director of this, with a screenplay by Sarah Gubbins, based upon the novel of the same name by Susan Scarf Merrill. So if you've read that and you enjoyed that novel, which formed a largely fictional story, the emphasis on largely fictional, around novelist Shirley Jackson. So it's a largely fictional story about a true person. So make a note of that. It's about Shirley Jackson's real life during the time period she's writing a book called The Hangsaman. I've not read that, don't know much about it, I must admit, but watching this little biography, I must admit I've been sort of pointed in that direction to read one, well, not read, perhaps get them on audio book or something like that and have a listen to a couple of her novels. The film stars Elizabeth Moss, the wonderful Elizabeth Moss as Jackson, with Michael Stuhlbarg, Odessa Young and Logan Lerman. Martin Scorsese also is involved. He serves as an executive producer to this, so that's not too bad. It's not a bad pedigree, is it? And it's about, a famous horror writer, Shirley Jackson, who finds inspiration for her next book after she and her husband take in a young couple. As I said, these ratings are all at December the 30th, 2020. Rotten Tomatoes, well, they like it. The film holds an approval rating of as high as 87% based on 231 reviews left by the critics. And it does average 7.5 out of 10, which is very healthy. That's 202 fresh and just 29 rotten reviews, so very good. The site's critical consensus says, elevated by outstanding work from Elizabeth Moss, Shirley pays tribute to its subject's pioneering legacy with a biopic that ignores the commonly accepted boundaries of the form. So good words there. The audience, Rotten Tomatoes, not as impressed. They've only given it a 56% approval rating. That's based on 316 scores as I'm doing this. We go over to the Metacritic, my other source, the Metacritic site. It's got a weighted average of 76 out of 100. Again, very, very good, and that's based on 42 critics. 37 positive reviews and just 5 mixed. No negative reviews whatsoever, so that bodes pretty well. And it does, if you look at the scores from individual critics, it does score between 8 and 9.1 out of 10. There's no score less than 8. The Guardian's Benjamin Lee, he gave it 8 out of 10 and wrote, "There's a lot here to digest, a bitter cocktail with many confounding flavours, and its abrasiveness will prove tough going for some, especially those in search of a more polite and familiarly structured literary biopic." Yeah, I think I was to some extent. But for those willing to sink into the depths with Shirley, it's a delicious journey down. Oh, good strong words. And the Hollywood Reporter's Todd McCarthy was one of the ones who liked it even more. He gave it 9 out of 10 and wrote, "Gubbin's script is tart, verbally lively and neatly constructed." While director Josephine Decker, in her first outing since her well-received 2018 Sundance entry, Madeleine's Madeline, if you've seen that, I've not seen that one, keeps a very tight rein on things, adroitly mixing intention, innuendo and dark humour to keep the drama a satisfying low boil most of the way. Internet Movie Database, Joe Public, you and me. Yeah, they do like it, not as much perhaps as the critics. This is very much a critically acclaimed film, I'm finding. So over 6,636 scores and reviews have been left on the Internet Movie Database, and it's averaging 6.2 out of 10, so just over that magic 6 out of 10 watchable figure. Some of the comments from the users: "Who's Afraid of Shirley Jackson?" Obviously a play on Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, which obviously people did compare this a little bit to. Elizabeth Moss rocks as Shirley, she certainly does. Someone wrote, "Riveting moments, yet I'm left with mixed feelings." Yeah, that's similar to my overall thought, if I had to conclude. I must admit, that's very familiar for me. Someone else wrote, "A slow burn." Someone wrote unkindly, "Skip this movie and read a Shirley Jackson novel instead." Well, I might just do that as well, but I didn't skip the movie. And someone else, "The purpose of this genre in film is to affect a mood and atmosphere, not to overwhelm the viewer with a fact-laden linear diatribe. You want that? Read the bio. That's the whole point. You want the experience? Watch the movie." So yeah, again, very sort of positive. "Strong cast but lacklustre delivery. Where film, literature and reality meet." So there you go. I mean, as you can see, mostly positive, even from the users. As I said, even though they didn't score it as highly as the critics. It wasn't approved by the family, this thing. Obviously, I assume the book wasn't as well, because I do believe that this is sort of sticks fairly closely to the book. So I'm sure there's a lot of dramatic license used in this, and it's obviously, as far as a true person biographical drama, obviously you have to take perhaps a true element out of some of this. A lot of judgment's been made, a lot of, as I said, a lot of dramatic license has been made in it. Despite some good tension and fine acting, which there was throughout, Moss, officially as ever, is excellent. I personally found it a bit too messy, and that, I believe, is Decker's style. That's how she does the films. It's not sort of my style. There's certain elements of this I enjoyed, and certain elements I just wanted it to follow a more routine line, if you like, a more A to Z line. I didn't want it sort of goes off at a tangent far too often. There's an okay story in there, but it does get a little bit bogged down for my taste. As I said, a lot of people like that. A lot of people are not too worried about that, and I did find it a little bit overly dramatic at times, and perhaps more story and less dramatic verbal would have been nice. I mean, I get to know the characters quite early in the film, probably the first 20 minutes or so. So they back that up as it goes through. But I already know what the character's like. I don't want to be reminded constantly throughout the film of whether someone's nasty or naive or whatever. So that was a little bit of a flaw for me. I thought it got a little bit repetitive in its little tangents of storyline. I think those connected with the film, based on Decker's other stuff, will be quite happy with what they produced here. I think fans of the writer, and certainly director Decker's work, will be okay. I think they'll be drawn into this and quite like this. For many, though, I think it will be a bit of a disappointment, because it didn't follow that linear pattern that one of the critics mentioned earlier on. Personally, I may just seek out one of Jackson's actual novels and see if it is as messy as this sort of drama made out her world was. I mean, I've seen The Haunting of Hill House, which I believe it was a Jackson novel. I've seen the film, I've never read the book, so I might just seek out the novel and just have a look at that for myself. So I like it when a film does that to me, inspires me to go and do something else. But overall, not really for me. I did appreciate the talent on show, so it wasn't a total waste of time, but as entertainment, I think in these times, I mean, we've had a pretty dodgy few months, haven't we? So as entertainment in these pretty miserable times, it wasn't sort of what I was after watching. It may be worth, someone did say they've watched it 3 or 4 times and actually took something from it every time they watched it. It may be worth revisiting at a better time, perhaps, when we're all a bit more upbeat or whatever we want to call it, where we can perhaps digest some of the story content that this film gives us. I think it may be better a rewatch in future time, to be honest with you, and I probably will do. I probably will go back and watch this again. No, not quite yet, not just yet, not tomorrow, not today, not tomorrow, but perhaps in 2 or 3 months' time I might come back and revisit this film and watch again, because there's certainly a lot in it I did like. But as I say, the overall story left me a little bit cold and a little bit, not confused, but I just wanted a more start, a middle and an end, and we didn't really get that as such in this. It was a bit all over the place. So my rating, I'm going to give it that rating where I'm not going to put anyone off watching it. I mean, some people will be disappointed, some people will think it's very, very good. So I'm going to give it that 5.5 out of 10 rating, which is my sort of little, just less than a watchable score, but obviously it's a score that obviously I think it's worth a watch. I think it's you going out and having a look and making your own judgment on it, because I say it will appeal to some and not others. The posters, yeah, I'm not the poster. I mean, as you'd expect with this film, it's mainly about the Moss character, isn't it? The Jackson character. So I'm not going to give the poster victory today. I'm just going to give both a 5.5 out of 10. So I'm going to give the poster 5.5 out of 10. Promotional poster, and the movie 5.5 out of 10. You know, if you get to watch, just let me know in the comments what you think. Thanks for watching today. Whatever you're going to do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other until we meet again here, perhaps on the film and TV channel, or perhaps you flit over to my Citizen Football channel. Wherever it is, please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.